And the weird thing is about Ramadi is when you compare Ramadi to Peleliu, or you compare Ramadi to Okinawa, you compare Ramadi to Normandy, you compare Ramadi to those places, and our experience was just pales. It just absolutely pales.
Yeah, you and I have talked about this a lot. You actually sent me, I think you sent me a text or an email a couple weeks ago. You're like, hey, do me a favor. Just verify I got this right. I wanted to just make sure I got your combat experience in your first deployment correct. And it was that I was in combat in Iraq. And I was thinking, yeah, no, you got it all right. I dropped a bomb. That was a legitimate combat experience.
That's pre 9/11.
Yeah, pre 9/11.
You were one of the few guys with combat experience.
Yeah,
which meant you had dropped a bomb.
A bomb,
singular.
And the thought wasn't just how ridiculous that sounds, but I thought, I don't ever want Charlie Plummer, Bill Reeder to hear me say that.
Yeah,
I don't want them to. I was almost embarrassed, and even like you said, Ramadi, which for me, which was sort of like the World Series and the Super Bowl all combined into one, like the most powerful thing. And with the old breed, since we've been talking about that, you talk about the Battle of Okinawa and what they endured. I mean, it is so humbling and almost honestly, man, downright a little embarrassing to try to share the same experience. We saw that with Tom Fife, and I remember Tom Fife was on the podcast, and he was so grateful for he was thanking me for what we had done and what we accomplished, and I'm thinking, this is a man that has a Purple Heart from World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, and he's thanking me for what I did. And, that's a frame of reference that I think is important, and something the podcast does is so extremely well is it gives those guys a chance to share that story that otherwise they wouldn't get a chance to.